Welcome back to Wealth Wednesdays. My name is Janine Rogan and I am the CEO and founder of the Wealth Building Academy. And this week I am so excited to talk to you about the increase to the federal minimum wage here in Canada. As of April 1st, 2023, the federal minimum wage in Canada is going to increase to $16.65. This is an increase from the previous minimum wage federally that was $15.55. This increase is largely due to inflation that has happened in Canada over the past year. So it is great to see that the government has decided to index minimum wage to inflation, as this isn't always the case in many provinces or even countries around the world. While this is a step in the right direction, we're likely going to hear a lot of backlash from more conservative folks, and they will probably tout the same narrative that small businesses won't be able to afford this and they'll have to lay off individuals. To which I say, if you can't manage your business to have increased costs when it comes to labor and costs of goods sold, then maybe you shouldn't be in business. And I know that that's not a popular opinion, but we can't get rich or even make a profit off of people that are earning poverty wages. And many of you are thinking, when I was growing up, minimum wage was $5, $6, $7, maybe it was even lower than that. And I understand, I hear you, but with the cost of everything right now and how stagnant wages have been over the past 30 years, it is time that we start to increase the minimum wage and lift up those that are in the most vulnerable positions. If minimum wage had kept up with inflation for the past 30 to 50 years, we would actually be looking at a minimum wage closer to $23 or $24 an hour. This is relatively on par actually with when we look at living wages in major urban centers. Now, I think a federal minimum wage is a great way to ensure that everyone is being paid a minimum amount, but I do think a living wage is where we need to shift our attention to next. It does cost different amounts to live in different cities, and $16 is not going to help you very much if you are living in Toronto or Vancouver. It is even lower than a living wage in Alberta's two major cities, Edmonton and Calgary. So I do think it's really important that we apply some degree of variance between these cities based on the cost of living to live in these specific cities. This would ensure that people in the cities aren't living below the poverty line, and not that I guess I really care that much, but there are some people who don't want individuals in smaller towns or rural areas earning crazy amounts of money when their cost of living is really low. All this to say, a step in the right direction. I think the increase to minimum wage is a good thing, and if you are a minimum wage earner, make sure that your company is paying you that new rate of $16.66 as of April 1st. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or comments about minimum wage, you can leave them in the comments section below, and I will see you next week.